No. Bitcoin imploding, 59,070 to the downside. It looked bearish on the update this morning. Didn't look good to me. Let's take a look at what's happening to BTC right now. Bitcoin collapsing to the downside. Am I going to get liquidated? It looks like I may. They're sending it down. You see this bit of a bear flag here on the 1 minute time frame. Kind of had mini cat ears there. When you look at it real close, I mean, there was a double top M. This is a shoulder, had a right shoulder there. The 15-minute this morning had a head and shoulder. Then they spiked it, dumped it, spiked it, dumped it. Now they're dumping it. Price action. Vicious today. Absolute insanity. War, no war. You know what I mean? Every 5 seconds, the Strait of Hormuz is open, then it's closed. And I'm going to give you kind of the quickest data I can. I'm up early in the morning going over everything I can of this market, staying on top of the game here. What a dump for Bitcoin. But, you know, here are just the latest news that I've seen, and this was probably changed in the last 4 minutes. Iran strikes commercial ships with drones in the world's most critical oil choke point. U.S. hits back with targeted strikes in their military targets near Strait. Then they agree to stand down and restart the talks. Vessels now move freely again. This is now a waterway carries 20% of global oil. You know what I mean? One spark can shake the entire economy. U.S. stands firm. Free navigation, no tolls, no games. Another day of brinkmanship, diplomacy backed by strength wins the movement. Will the ceasefire finally stick this time? The world is watching. What's your take? You know what I mean? And everyone's just waiting to see what the heck they're going to do. Just, you know what I mean? It's kind of like we're sitting there yet again. I'm going to ask, too, for any new news. Because I feel like we're just, you know, it is what it is. We're privy to that. Whatever happens there kind of shakes our market. So, but you can see how Bitcoin struggled. That, to me, is a head and shoulder, even though it's not perfect. It's a kind of drunken, mangled, slanted, and there's a rejection of the 200 moving average. Then you hit the 21 at the 200, and that's the dump. That's the bear flag to the downside. You can see it. Little itty-bitty bear flag there. 70% of the move is usually good enough. Could it reverse? Let's see if it can give us that, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Monday has been crazy. Expect volatility. I'm down again. My trade was up $400, $500 at one point. So as of today, the 29th, there's diplomatic efforts and everything is okay. Let's take a look at what we have for the week ahead. The week ahead is rough. And what I mean by that, it's just a tough week. All right? Like, we have a lot of things that can move the market. And the market's already a little, Bitcoin's already a little unstable. We have JOLTS job openings at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and that always moves the market. I always see some type of weird spike there. If it's good or bad, we want to see it, forecast at 7. We want to see it above or down. Yeah, we want to see it down. We want less job openings. Yeah, because we want people to have, or we want more job openings. Yeah, we want more job openings. You know what I mean? Yes, exactly.
because we want more people opening up positions that need work. You know, we're doing this. We have a job opening for you. That would be a positive thing. So previously, it's forecast to be lower, right? That's kind of a bearish sign. And then we have non-farm employment change at 8:15 on Wednesday, which is known to move the market every single time. I've seen it like 1,000 times. It's insane. Then Kevin Warsh is going to speak at 9 a.m. on top of that. And he's delicate to the markets. You know, so JOLTS is Job Opening and Labor Turnover Survey. So that's what JOLTS stands for. Job Opening and Labor Turnover Survey. It's a monthly report published by the U.S. Labor Statistic that measures labor demand and how workers move in and out of jobs. It tells how many job employers are trying to fill. Exactly, right? Hey, I have these jobs open. A specific position exits, there is work available for it. The job could start within 30 days. The employer is actively recruiting for the position. The headline numbers in JOLTS report is job openings. So what does it show? Hires. How many people were actually hired during the month? People who voluntarily left their jobs, a sign of worker confidence, quits, and layoffs and discharges, people who were let go. Total separations, all people who left jobs. They're often shown both as numbers and as rates, percentage of total employment. All right. Federal Reserve watches jobs JOLTS closely. It's one of the best real-time measures of labor market tightness. All right. Imagine there are 8 million and 6 million unemployed people. 8 million. So if there's 8 million job openings, 6 million unemployed, there are more jobs available than people looking for work. This is generally considered a tight labor market. All right. So it's interesting just to kind of like give you a backdrop on that. Let's get back into Bitcoin. Is this a time to jump back in? I mean, it could be a nice little reversal here. Seriously. You take a look at that 1 minute. If it could do some type of pivot, you know, if there's a bull div and there is here, look, there's a nice swing up on the RSI, swing down. That's bullish divergence. This is where you just calm down. See, when you don't know your bull div and you don't know how to use the 1 minute, you're just watching red candles on the 1 hour and you're freaking out. And a lot of people are going to ape into a short right now. They're just going to be like, oh, it's time to short. It's red candles. You have to remember, there's people that just use the 1 hour and up and they just use their emotions. Okay. You can see this kind of had like a head and shoulder pattern there, but wow, if you look at the spike up, down, I mean, that's amazing. So this was a beautiful big green candle at one point. You see what I'm saying? So if you just like to buy green, how many people probably just, oh, that's it. It was Monday morning. They consider this a flag. They consider this the move up. And retail, I think, or a lot of people decided to long this. And I think there was just stops for days down here. And boom. I didn't give any signals in my trading group. I said I'm just sitting on the sidelines. I don't trade Monday morning, man. I mean, it's funny I say that, and then I think a few weeks back, maybe there was I think there might have been 2 Mondays that I traded. Like right now, if this pumps up and we get above the 1 minute and I see my model, then I'll trade Mondays. So I trade my signals no matter what. But it's got to be right. If we broke above here, did a beautiful consolidation, the 21 hit it, we were above the 200, we also had some support and resistance going, and it was all fine and dandy, I would take the trade with a stop, you know what I mean? And I'd go for this next probably short squeeze. But I got to see what I want to see. I'm not just going to chase around Monday morning. Anyway, let's take a look at what the bigger picture here on Monday morning has for us. Shout out to all the beautiful people jumping on into the live. Thank you for being here as we head into a holiday weekend here in the United States. July 4th coming up, baby. Not too long from now. A lot of people probably might take a nice 2-week vacation here. I would always ask for this week off whenever I was out or the weekend of July 4th. Maybe I would have left. Yeah, no, because, Saturday is the 4th. Friday's the 3rd. Maybe I would have asked for the second week off and started my vacation on the 4th and come back on but I always put in for a week around the 4th. Came back home to my parents. And isn't that crazy? I had a job. You didn't hear that? I used to have to put in for a job, and see what I just said? I'm so grateful. Wow, what did I just say? I just said I used to put in for my week, 10 days. Wow, what did that mean? I worked for somebody, and I would have to ask them, indirectly, professionally, I would just say I'm taking it, but I would have to, what I would do is I would do it real early. Like if I got hired in January, second, third week of January, I would come in and be like, yo, I do this family vacation every year. I just want to let you know that, I won't be available for this week of July. Is that okay? Can we make sure this works? I just want to put it in writing now so we have it. And then I would remind them a few weeks, you know what I mean? Because it was so important to me, I knew if I didn't do it early, they would always be like, oh, but we can't, no. Because I worked at TV and it was super hard. Anyway, I don't have to do that anymore. And you beautiful people have turned this channel into something amazing. So without each and every one of you hitting that like button and doing your due, so for whatever reason, God has decided that you people are going to give me a beautiful life and a beautiful job and put me on the map every single day here at Crypto Lifer. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. I'd be nowhere without my community. I'm seriously, I get to walk into a room right now and people are like, oh, there's the guy. He's the Crypto Lifer. He has 108,000 subscribers, and it's only because each and every one of you hit the subscribe button. It's kind of interesting how that works out. Like, people that make it online are like, look at me, I'm big online. And it's like, you're only big online because all the people that followed you. It's interesting, you know what I mean? So thank you for everybody here. God bless you. I worked at TV, and yes, it could be a pain to get time off if you don't plan ahead. Oh, of course. TV is crazy. Okay, so shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay. Look what's going on here. This looks bearish. You know what I mean? And to me, it looks like it can, that has a measured move. That's, I don't know, man. It's somewhere down at 18 and 20,000. It really, it says that we could take a monster dump here. It's a bad, we really need to see the next, to be honestly, to get out of this. Here's the perfect picture. Today's the 29th. There's 30 days in June, not 31. So tomorrow is the monthly close, right? Tomorrow we end the month, man. It's going to be crazy, right? And what I'd like to see is a little pump back up, you know what I mean? A little pump back. We end the month at like 60,000, 61,000. 62 would be amazing, but I'm not asking for that. Just anywhere between 60 and 61. Then when the month opens, we can dump again. Right back down to here. 57, 58, you know what I'm saying? Make a nice wick, come up. By July 6th or 7th, we're back here somewhere. We pump, we don't, we kind of have an up and down, and we close somewhere up and around here in July at the back of this range, and then we go from there. From there, but that's like, otherwise, if we start to pump in July, think about it. We just pump immediately. We don't make a downward wick. I mean, that's going to set us up for one of these. And a dumping candle. And if we start to break, if we close July, if July closes a bearish candle, something like this, I mean, I'm going to have to start assuming now that for sure this bigger head and shoulder is going down. Like, it just is what it is. This is how I trade. The bigger time frames are now telling me something. I have to pay attention to them. Like, I can't act like that's not a head and shoulder pattern. This is how I trade. When I see these things, I listen to them. They pay me. So now, is that saying we should head short right now? Honestly, I gotta be honest. Like, I don't know if I have the guts to, but I think if I had the guts, I would, man. I think maybe I'm a little too Kool-Aided out, by my own bullishness by Bitcoin. I'm just being open. I'm admitting it right now because maybe if I talk it out, I'll get over it, But to short this monthly to me is kind of, I'm like, ah. But the TA tells me, again, that's my emotion stock. And the TA, if I'm just a bot, tells me that's a head and shoulder, 68% chance that's going to dump. Maybe it doesn't dump to the target. Maybe it does just dump to 47, 48. But it tells me that it's bearish for sure. So anyway, you do what you want with this information. I don't, and I don't think anyone here can argue with this technical analysis. It is what it is. Also, let's take a nice fib here and see kind of where we stand. Coming really close to the 618 golden pocket on the macro from all the way, you know what I mean? That's in, we're really hitting the 618, really. We're really close to it. So that's a beautiful place too If we were to use it as some support, I mean, it would be amazing. We've got some deep wicks there too. We've got some, you know what I mean? You can see it is a pretty good place of support of resistance. Lost this little level, but we're holding these. I mean, you lose this on the monthly. Look, at the next level is right there. It's 48,000. Or no, it's like 47. It's the old right shoulders of the, last bull run. Crazy. See here, we never went below the candle body closes on the monthly. We've now done that. We've gone below the previous high candle close. Before that, the monthly wasn't really established. But so you can see that the retracement is healthy. When you pump like this, it's good to retrace. You keep pumping, the crash is even more imminent. So let's go to the 2-week chart. And I see this head and shoulder, but I see a divergence. Now, again, if this just continues to dump and make a lower low, then yes, it does negate. It's like, well, how do you know when divergence is divergence? Well, no one knows for sure. You use the signs, and you go at it when you see it the best you can, right? But this looks, gotta be honest, it looks a bit bearish. And I'm telling you, when the weekly loses the 200 moving average, usually the next stop will be the 2-week 200 moving average. And someone said, we never hit it in Bitcoin's life. I know, I get it. But maybe this time might be different. Let's be open-minded that the world is not always the same. Now, we might just come real close to it, and that's usually the absolute bottom. We might be 6 to 8 weeks away from whatever bottom is coming here for Bitcoin, if not already. I'll tell you, my indicators were telling me 90% chance. How do you hit this 5? How do you hit 5 twice when the 2-week stochastics are low? That, in the last 7 years, has called the bottom. That $58,000, $59,000 area, but so far, not so much. As we hold 59.5 right now. A little bit of a bounce back up there for Bitcoin. Just got everybody to chase short again. Just they're looking for liquidity. Making people, it's like when you dangle a bait and the fish run and you're just kind of finding out where they're, get your fish finder out, start to look, and then you can kind of get a better bait. Oh, there's more over here. We'll go this way now. They're just seeing who they can farm. They're farming you right now. Just be careful, one step at a time. I know when I want. I like to trade Monday nights. I like to trade Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Thursday mornings. Sometimes Fridays here and there, but for the most part, those are my favorite times to trade. And not by personal preference, that's the best time to trade. That's when I find the best pickings. That's when the deals are hot. That's when things are looking good. The weekly still going to close below the 200 moving average. Dang, and then we got this wick, but dang, we need a tweezer bottom here. And this is battling it out right here at 59.5. Could end up becoming a bearish candle. It already has a nasty wick to the downside it already pumped and dumped. Pretty sketchy there on the weekly, to be honest. Not the best sign. It's showing a shoulder. The more I see this, the more I see a head and shoulder that just cannot be ignored. I'm going to have to make a decision whether I take a head short on this or not. We come into play on could this be some type of falling wedge that can break out again? Would be a bit of feels like it's a bit of a push. Unless it was in here, it fell out, broke back inside. One of these old games. Which I've seen many times, actually. It's an old trick that I started doing. And you can kind of backtest this theory. You look for this type, but I've seen it many times. And it ends up breaking out at least back to the upside. 3-day chart, oversold, coming for the higher low. Still, RSI very low. Technically in, a bit of a bullish div. It's still got an uptrend there on the RSI while price action is in a downtrend, see? That is 3-day bullish divergence, which is strong. And you even have daily, you have really strong daily bull div. Almost to the point where like it's confirmed, like it's unlikely you're going to get that low. So no matter how low you get, there's going to be an uptrend on the RSI, and you're already below price action. So to me, that's confirmed daily bullish divergence. It's just, you know what I mean? Look at the daily too. Wick. Ever since I longed, it's been 3 days of just insanity. I longed this candle here, put the stop loss in. This is it. We've been in it ever since. It's just a battle. My stops below this candle wick. Dang, man. And now that downward pressure on that wick doesn't look amazing. And I have to be honest, the only reason I'm longing is because this shaded area is telling me that this would be the next low of the high. You know what I mean? Maybe it just goes down a little more. They just fish for more. But that when this completes and this does reverse, it's telling me that, I mean, that's a major low. Bitcoin hasn't hit a low like that. The closer it got was right here. Right? When we had the massive sell-off on February 6th. So like, and if you keep going all the way back, I mean, there's October of 2020, August of 2023. There's a deep one right there. So these are rare. Like being this low is rare. I guess unless Bitcoin just starts doing anomalies and I have to bend the knee, and which is possible. I'm open-minded to anything, folks. But, you know, I've been watching this market for a long, long time, and it's at these key areas that don't make sense to me. Like a reversal, to me, is imminent. Look at the daily turning green as I speak the truth. But, so this is a bullish divergence on the daily, and I'm long. And I'm looking for a move. And I can see that the big resistance will be at that POC around 66,000, 66.3 there. You're going to see there's going to be a bunch of chop there. So I'm still long on Bitcoin, and I'm long on WEEX. Shout out to WEEX. If you want to trade live on WEEX with me and find out more, check it out. All right. I'm down. Of course, I've been underwater, but I'm underwater. I was down $600 or $800 yesterday on the stream. And now, I don't know if you remember, I was underwater on the stream yesterday. And then when I woke up this morning, it was like $900. Next thing you know, I'm down $350. So, which is great. It's actually an awesome sign. The next thing you know, right? I was up like $400 or $500 when we got the pump. So I'm just putting my faith in the RSI, the old school setting, you know, the old school stuff. Just putting my faith in the RSI. And if you want some funding, we have funding at BitFunded. If you want to get down, there's a link below. Check it out. If that's your thing, you like funded trading, we have access to that if you would like it. Hey, but the whole point is, I just have conviction on this daily. And they're going to have to just, and maybe they take me out and they still rip it to the upside. Like there's that chance. That's what leverage trading is. And that's why I also spot bought Bitcoin. Because if I'm right about this, and everyone that knows my channel and knows me knows that I've been buying Bitcoin like this is the bottom. I've deployed a good amount of capital into Bitcoin as if this is the bottom. If it's not, I'm going to continue to buy it. You know, to me, 40 to 60K looks like it's a half the bottom area. Like by just general indicators. Like they can't get too much more stretched out on the bigger time frames. But it's a rare, it would be the most extreme rarity on Bitcoin on almost any asset. And they all follow a very similar pattern of trading. So reversal seems to be the only idea here that makes sense. Everything else just is like, you know. Again, the more I get into this, the more I start to kind of flatten this side. And just look down, you know, I'll get rid of everything really. And when I ask myself, like, what do I see? I mean, there's a possible double bottom here. But with double bottoms are also, you know what I mean? You have this kind of falling wedge. You have this, and to me, it just starts to look like that descending triangle that can dump. And so this has been the dilemma I've had now for 3 days. And the same thing has happened now for Bitcoin. It's been absolutely sideways on the daily. Like, this has been crazy. If you look at the chart on weeks, like, look at that daily. It's gotten very close to my, you know, look, it got very 58.8. So we'll see. I mean, it hasn't been the best. It's been a battle here to attempt to call the bottom with money. You know, everyone likes to call the bottom, but with your money, you know, publicly, like, is this the bottom? 8 hour looks bearish. 4 hour looks bearish yet again. Shoulder, kind of head, right shoulder there. Like, that looks like a head and shoulder pattern. And I'm like, they're almost making me break my conviction in the daily divergence. It's in there. That's why when you look back, you're like, oh, there was daily div. You just long that. And then you're like, oh, it was so easy to long. And like, you never know where you were in that situation. So when you look back at the charts, it seems so finite and simple, and I would love it. They just spike this thing up to the upside and the daily kicks in. The divergence actually becomes kind of the main event here. So this is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. And this is where we stand. And this is a false move Monday in the summer. Monday's treachery on top of it. This is a holiday Monday too, because coming up into the weekend. And everyone's saying, oh, you know, Clarity Act, Bitcoin pumps July 4th. I seen some of that in the chat. Is that what the chat thinks? Are you guys thinking that there's going to be the Clarity Act? Right? Shout out to Bitcoin Bill gifting 20 memberships. I'm glad I caught that quickly there. And I must have turned off all that stuff because I didn't hear it. But maybe did it come on screen? Did we get a little, let me see if I can track that, but, if we got the, I love just like when I see that little gift opening up. We got some new members. Okay, cool. I see it. Shout out to all the new members and people jumping on in. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Shout out to Bitcoin Bill for throwing down. That's absolutely amazing. God bless all the lifers, and thank you to everyone being here. Yeah, I'm just going to throw a poll up here to engage with the trading group here and everybody. Do you think... Do you think we pass the Clarity Act by August of 2026? Just giving us like a chunk of time to say yes or no. Like if it's because people say July 4th, so then we just kind of go with that, right? And that's kind of where I stand with that. Honestly, I just realized this one goes better, right? Yeah. This one definitely goes better, I feel like, with the tie. Yeah, the tie's got the blue in it, though. No, yeah, they both... Yeah, it flows. Just go back to where you were and get back to the trades. I mean, it's something, you know what? If you were live streaming every day, it's something fun to do to change it up. Because you can have all these different, when you wear a shirt, it's one shirt, right? So you can but you wear a tie, a shirt, a jacket, and a pocket square. It's 4 things that you can have fun with. And I like having fun. So to me, this is just about having fun, man. Dressing, you know what I mean? To me, it's not even really about dressing, quote unquote, what people say nice. To me, it's about the collage of items that I get to play with. It's more like an art piece than anything else. And every day we get to do something different. Like almost every day, you're going to see a different outfit. I mean, there's been thousands of outfits now on the stream. Switch to the live chat, my brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. You're the man for saying that. Did I say close? What I meant was my boys on top of it, man. We don't talk like that around here, bro. Hey, Sam, you heard of that? No, what's going on, man? No, I don't even want to mention that stuff, but thank you if it's on the radar. Okay, so we got a bit of a bounce here. Bitcoin looking to me, just completely ugly. Is there any sense of grace? I mean, it's the divergence. It's the idea that this is actually some type of like falling wedge here. As ugly as it is, and we're going to somehow break out of it back to the upside. That's the only thing I could, this is some type of double bottom, and we double bottom out of here. Dang, man, there's always someone doing something stupid in the game. Sorry, thank you so much. I just did some background research on that. Looks bad. It doesn't look good. Yeah. I'm very happy I avoided all that, too. That's amazing. You have to be, you have to be really careful. It's funny. One day I'll write a book about it all because it's pretty interesting. Very interesting. So I have to be honest, the small time frames look bearish. Price action just looks pretty garbaggio. When I look deep into it, though, I mean, I see some type of like shoulder, head. It looks to me like what I call a complex head and shoulder. It's there, whether it's, it's hard to see, but it is there. Let me do like the perfect job. The best job here. I like to make it neat and complete. I mean, there's like a head and shoulder on the left side of it already, really. And as wacky as it sounds, I mean, it has some type of like neckline there. I could see this puppy break to the downside pretty nastily. Somewhere down here, like what, 57,700. Even, you know what I mean? 57,656. So that's just kind of what I'm seeing, right? I'm saying, but I'm still long, right? Because I'm playing the daily diff and looking for that daily candle to hold. So, but the smaller time frames don't look good. But I've been saying that since, we had a chance here that it was going to be a nice little move. What I think too, you have to remember is a lot of people long this, hoping for the pump. I'm kind of in that category by my trade. I didn't long this, but there's a bull diff here on the 1 hour too, though. That I'm like, is that that means that low should hold. Bullish divergence this strong? That's very strong. That's large and in charge bullish divergence. It's one of the biggest ones I've seen in a long time on the 1 hour time frame. That's substantial. And you want to start really understanding your bull div and recognizing it. I mean, look at the bounce we got off of it. Then the secondary move that came from this, which was kind of crazy. Then the 3 higher lows in a row, people got excited. They started saying that's going to break out. A lot of people along this with stops in here. They just went and dipped and grabbed all the stops. They grabbed a lot of people that's, Now, if you were hunted, if you put your stop, see, I would, if I ever trade an ascending, here's my gift to you. If I ever trade an ascending triangle, right? Make it a little nicer, but if I ever trade an ascending triangle, flat top, ascending bottom, and I see price action doing, I see it like this. My stop is below the wick of the lowest part of the ascending triangle. And look, had you been down here, you'd still be in this, and you got into this trade, say here, you'd be at like a little under break even right now. You'd still be low, but not, you know what I mean? I know a lot of drawings today. But you got to draw it like, I'm a visual person, so I'm around, the people that like my channel are visual learners like me. See what I'm saying? So there's an even type of person that likes this channel. Like, you have no idea how dialed the algorithm is. When I hang out with the lifers, it's like I'm hanging out with family because this algo has found people that think like me. People that want to win, people that care about others, people that love nature and the world around them, people that love their family and friends, and people that want to do the best. People that know what it's like to have been scammed and hurt and taken advantage of and are sick of it. They want to be around nice people now. They want to be around positive energy, and they don't have to apologize for it. That's what this channel's about, and thank you so much for coming here. I'm sick and tired of anyone laying down to the negative energy. We don't have to. If someone's being nasty to you, telling you that you can't, you're not, and you're just not the best, you can, you will, you are the best, man. and girls out there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You people are amazing. God has a plan for you to be amazing. He wants you to shout for the mountaintops that this world is beautiful. And he wants to make it for you an amazing journey. So the devil wants to make it a nasty journey in a place where you resent everything and you're upset all the time. Got to push yourself to be different. You got to make it happen. And you got to go for it. And God rewards those who see the opportunities in life, man, and prevents even more opportunities for you. I remember I was in a rut for years. It was not easy. So, yeah, I see this, and now what's the bullish? Is there something bullish here? Is there any way we can, pull a rabbit out the hat here? I guess it was the idea that, I was showing you, this kind of, odd falling wedge, I guess. You know what I mean? Which is, to me, just, not the best. I got a bunch of stuff going on in here. So what's the thesis here? Well, for some reason, every time we get low near the 59K region, we seem to hold somewhat well. End of the day, I'm just going to connect the dots, right? And say, hey, that's a bit of a symmetrical triangle. That could likely, these most likely have broken down. However, when you finally bottom, and price has had enough, it will take the turn out. So to me, it tells me there's about a 50% here of a move back to the point of control at 62.8 or move back somewhere down to 57,000. I will tell you these have dumped more than they've pumped, and I'm showing you there's a head and shoulders. So the odds are not in my favor. The odds are more, and we might just even go sideways up until tonight, 7, 8 o'clock tonight, or you know what I mean? I've seen that, or even till Tuesday and 7 in the morning or something, but we might go sideways until we get the JOLTS job data in. You see what I'm saying? Because people are going to wait on that data. They know that data is big. And we want to see what the Fed's thinking. It's going to reveal some information. Remember, the last time we looked at the CME, it has flipped completely to the fact that they're not going to cut that rate. All right, we're currently right here. 29% chance now that they raise the rates in July, on the 29th of July. Then we get a break until September. And now look, a raising is the highest thing on the board. Doesn't say it's going to happen for sure, but it's just saying it's the Fed has turned hawkish, and so has the prediction market on it. And there's probably predictions on that too as well. I still can't believe we could have bet egg. Who was here for the Kevin Warsh? We could have made so much money on egg. My buddy was like, dude, I swear I was about to put $500 on egg, man. But I looked at egg and I was like, what if we bet egg? 10 grand on egg, I think made I don't know, I think it made 50,000 or something, right? Might have been 70K, might have been a 7X. If no one knows what I'm talking about, we watch, we do the Fed meeting every time, and I'm watching Kevin Warsh, do it in Boston accent. Kevin Warsh. Hey there, Kevin Warsh there in the Federal Reserve there. That's not what you could do, what your country could do for you, but what you could do for your country. Kevin Warsh is a hero, an American hero. No, but seriously, and he's talking, and you could bet the fact that he said the word egg. And you could have made it was 7-1. So 10 grand would have made you 70 racks. And he did, in fact, eventually say, if I'm walking in the supermarket and I see someone buying eggs and milk. It's because the guy was like, if you're in the supermarket and you see someone buying milk, what do you say to that person? And he's like, what do you tell them about and he's like, if I'm walking to he's like, well, we talk about eggs here. It was just funny. I think he said eggs twice too. It was hilarious. I mean, the insanity of this world. And I sat there. It was a tough day of trading. We went back and forth. And I said, man, all I had to do was bet egg. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have to trade any lev. All I had to do was bet the word egg, and I would have made so much money. And it did get me thinking about prediction markets. And it did get me thinking, dang, man, these are interesting. They're taking over. I'm fighting it. As someone that likes traditional trading, TA, and wants to stay away from I'm fighting it. But then I'm starting to see this is the world though. And it's kind of like fighting the internet or fighting the telephone. Like, it looks like it's coming. And people that have embraced it already have figured it out, and it's interesting. Some algorithms you can run. There's a way to use Cloud Code and Cloud bots and run things and keywords. And you can even just search for the top wallets and find what they do, and then, and if they all do it, you just look for a chain among multiple. So you find the top wallets, like 15 to 20, maybe even 30, and you see if there's anything they all do. And if you see like something they all do across a chain of 80% of them, that's kind of starts to lock in a little bit. Nothing's locked in for sure. And again, not financial advice. You got to do all your own research here. But this is kind of the basis of it. And there's prompts that can get you there. And it's not even that difficult if you really spend some time on it. And trading venues are choosing Chainlink. I mean, Chainlink's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about it for a second here. While the world's largest exchanges and trading venues are choosing Chainlink, traditional finance is moving on-chain through Chainlink. You'll find Chainlink's announcement with the world's largest exchanges and trading venues. 6, the global financial data and market infrastructure provider for Swiss and Spanish national exchanges, has adopted Chainlink to bring its premium European equities data on-chain. Coinbase selects Chainlink CCIP as its exclusive interoperability provider for all Coinbase-wrapped assets. FTSE Russell publishes global indices on-chain for the first time with Chainlink Data Link. You see what I'm saying? S&P Global Ratings and Chainlink's partnership brings S&P stablecoin stability assessments on-chain. Intercontinental Exchange, ICE partners to bring high-quality Forex and precious metals data on-chain, Chainlink. TradeWeb, like the list goes on and on. The Deutsche Group, Denari, BX Digital, and BX Swiss. This is erupting. I love Chainlink. I have a big bag of it, I guess. Of course, I'm going to talk about it. And I just think it's going to do big things. People are going to be surprised when they see what happens to Chainlink. So here's the deal. Some people are, let's take a look at the poll number 1. And then we'll figure this out. Okay. Let's take a look at the poll. Do you think we pass the Clarity Act by August? 37% say yes. 63% say no. Only 214 votes. Let's get the votes in there. We have thousands of people here on the stream. I realize how much I know about cryptocurrency compared to the regular person or even the so-called expert. It's what happens after developing a decade. Yep. I didn't realize it happened that much after a decade of development. This is a perfect example of what I was saying. When we can manipulate the prediction market, this is knowledge. Yeah. How are they going to purchase up to $1 million when not much cash reserves? And they need the cash to pay dividends. Soul squeezing. That I knew. I'm staying long. Look at the 1 minute and a bit of an inverted head and shoulder here. Suggest you can get a pump to the upside. Something I've traded before a couple times in my life there. I'm not afraid to. It'd be nice. I mean, that could start a possible reversal. The daily candle flipping red, not looking amazing. I was looking at like a lobster claw with a big claw on one side and a little one on the other. It's like one of those here. But it's an inverted head and shoulder nonetheless on the 1 minute time frame. Kind of started cooking. Is anything moving right now? The Arab beat is kind of still in the mix, up 11%. After getting beat down, I might have a little more life left in it. Stable, I keep talking about, up 6.8% of the week. And there's a long out there. Hyperliquid 64, WorldCoin. WorldCoin went. Man, that thing, we had a beautiful call on it. I moved my stop to break above break even into profit. I got hit, and that was it. Someone said they're squeezing here. They're squeezing here. And again, check me out on X. I got some awesome, we're really doing amazing. Check us out here. We're on X every day giving you guys awesome stuff. We're not just yapping. We're talking. Well, look, Michael Saylor announced share buybacks. Bitcoin monetization program raised dividend on related stock. The move comes as the firm responds to recent price weakness and stock declines tied to its Bitcoin holdings. Strong signal of continued institutional conviction despite market pressure. So, shared buybacks, and a new Bitcoin monetization program to raise the dividend. On-chain data alert, roughly 550,000 Bitcoin moved into Binance and OKX deposit addresses. This is the largest inflow since 2023 bear market, far above normal levels. Large deposits precede the selling pressure. Bitcoin near 60K, watch for increased supply hitting the market. That's a bit troubling. I mean, that tells us something going on, right? And we got some stuff on the Strait of Hormuz and more, and it keeps coming out too. And I even have these news, like this is really, I love these. These are like really awesome pieces of information that you want to learn. I do, even with the wind in my hair. Look at that, right? Look at that, looking ridiculous. But, you know, and then I'm out there having a blast, showing you the good life, man. It's like, I love the whole collection there. Go to X, Crypto Lifer, right? And some rip to the upside, a new coin here. You can see what it did. Crazy. I wouldn't touch it, but, you know, the TA suggests that it's either going to make a right shoulder and dump, but it could be starting its next leg up to 21. I mean, it ripped, so it is crazy. Just last night, from 0 all the way to 12 cents, right? It wasn't even a penny. So 5x to a penny, and then it did a 12x, so a 60x from the basic lows here at like 0.02. If you got in any even earlier, but hey, you know, 0.6, most people might have bought in at like a penny. Still did a 12x overnight. Pretty crazy. Our meme's back. You never know. 38 million now as it sits. And again, high risk, complete junk. I'm not, you know what I mean? I didn't buy any of this. I just want to make it clear. I'm just letting you know what's happening around the market. So you know. You know, so you're not like, oh, I didn't know about that. Well, now you do, right? And you came to this channel to not only learn about trading, but to learn about the market, what's happening, what's going on. Let's take a look here. GWEI, getting that move. And it's funny, I talked about it. Remember when I said when JITO goes up? So, you know, and then we said that if there could be a move on Ethereum, I don't know, something kind of hit me that said GWEI was likely to move. We see DEXs moving. Just take a look at GWEI for a second here. Yeah, so I'm reluctant to get out of my long, despite how nasty it looks. Which is odd for me. I have real, you know, not odd, you know, I mean, I'm usually trading that small time frame, but not odd. I mean, I'm just having strong conviction. I was looking for it to get tighter in there. It went up and down. Funny. GWEI did hit the target eventually, though, which is kind of nuts, right? 24. And this was actually a really good time to look at it here. That's why that ascending triangle with the 21 above the 200, I'm telling you, you may have lost a couple trades on it. You may have been stop hunted. Like, you may get in because this time the problem is you may learn my strategy and you may get stop hunted a couple times and you may think it's trash. But you're going to miss out on the biggest pumps of your life over time. Because this is how it happens. And you can backtest what I'm teaching you too. Like, you don't have to take my word for it. Look at the nicest pumps. They come when you're in a flag, jumbled up at the 21, above the 200, and you get that pop to the upside. That's just how it happens. I didn't make the rules. I didn't write the book. This is just the code. Same with the flip it upside down. You'll see massive dumps when you hit the 21 below the 200. Same, when you cross the 200, you'll get the pumps. When you cross down on the 200, you get the dumps. This is the 1 hour time frame. The 200 is so beautiful and so strong, and then how you use it with the 21. If you don't know how the 21, you just won't be able to enter properly with the 200. The 21 teaches you how to enter properly when using the 200. It's such a joy. It makes trading fun. When I started using the 200 and the 21, my trading became fun. I stopped using emotions. I started knowing exactly when to get into a trade and exactly when to get out. And I was like 90% accurate when I sold my, and these are swing trades. You know what I mean? I'm in on the 1 hour, the 15 minute. If I'm scalping, I do a really good job, you know. I mean, right now, even the 1 minute is flipping a bit bearish. Showing cat ears here. Can't believe I let the whole song go. I never do that. Was just in a flow, letting the whole market do its thing. I mean, wow, that looks like we're gonna dump. They keep hitting this area too. They keep testing it. You keep testing it, you're going to break it if you can't make that higher low. Wow, this is a battle right here, folks. And I'm stuck in the middle. I'm either going to lose my 1,000 there or win. And I'm willing to take a beat down. If I lose, I'll lose, man. I'm trading that daily. I'm going after that daily with all my conviction. So GWEI, look at GWEI. Again, out of that, and I just want to teach you what to look for. So you kind of scan the market. You look for this type of stuff. How about the fellow lifers? We're all looking together. We could find so much. And look it in the stock market. Anything you want, post it. Let us know. I got what's called lifer vision. I can't, you know what I mean? Let's go. Let's go all the way. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Thank you for jumping on in and hanging out with the lifer, Sam Price. I've been trading for about 20 years. I started, dabbling with what trading is, buying or just, learning how to invest and buy stocks when I was only 20 through 23 years old. All right. Then it became an obsession around 28. And by 31, I was working a night shift and I was in the computer all the time, just looking at stocks. I started buying gold and silver, started trading gold and silver. I invested in some marijuana stocks, true story, Canopy Grow Corp and some others, Aurora Cannabis and more. I ended up hitting it pretty big on Canopy on the Toronto Stock Exchange, and it was an amazing run I had. And then from there, I found what Bitcoin was. Right after I learned I hit my first big win in Canopy. And it took about 2.5 years. I was in Canopy for 2.5 years. It was an investment that panned out very well. It was like a very strong 2.5 year swing trade. And then I found Bitcoin and I started accumulating it once I figured out what it was. I found out what it was when it was $350. Yeah, I really did. I found out what Ethereum was at $9. Changed my life. I was able to make some money in altcoins too. So I used altcoins to get, to basically pay off debt and change my life. And I used Bitcoin to kind of create a savings that also now has changed my life. And so unless it goes to zero, and even if now it goes to zero, it did its purpose for me. It presented a stronghold in my mind that I had something to fall back on. And it gave me the confidence to go after things like nothing mattered. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to quit my job because I was like, I said to myself, I can always just sell my Bitcoin if I have to. I know, if I have to. Like if I'm going to just, you know what I mean? And I never that wasn't that's never the idea. The idea is to never sell Bitcoin. And I've been really good about that. And I've been strong and God has protected me. But anything is possible. Yeah, 1 minute looking like it's droopy, man. And it's just a false move Monday, but that's bearish when the 21's below the 200 and you've made this kind of double top. I'm like calling out my liquidation in front of the world. Like, look, there it goes. I know it's going there. I'm so stubborn about the daily divergence, which is crazy to me. I've never been so stubborn. Like, I have no emotions on these small time frames. Yet I know that it looks absolute trash. It's crazy. It's weird. I'm numb to it all. I've been through so much with this trading. A mere 500, what is it? Yeah, a mere, 58.6, way closer than I thought. A mere $500 away from getting liquidated. And I usually don't get liquidated. I went 1,000 for 4,000. If you remember, it was like 1,000 for 4,000, and the stop loss was just, it's even if I could get 5,000. The crazy thing is, I'll probably get liquidated and they'll turn it, it'll be like that level. I'm staring at the market maker straight in the face right now. I'm just like, not budging, man. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Looks like they're gonna roll this puppy over. I'm looking for any signs of bullishness here on the small time frames. Sorry about that. Switched it off. Remember the wrong trash can. You got to hit the right trash can. Oof. I'm getting pounded right now. Just like where I was last night, and this thing was in the money twice. I swear, every time I go for a long-term swing trade, I'm always like, damn, I would have just taken the 500 as a day trader. And then you have to stay in the trade for days. And then I go back to day trading again, and I say, oh. Then the big move happens, and I just take the swings. And remember, I even showed you that it doesn't look amazing on the big time frames, too. And it's kind of like, you can feel it's a droopy Monday. There's not a lot out here. So we'll see. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ and the S&P. I want to kind of take a gander there and see what's happening on the bigger picture. Then I'm going to look at if there's any super chats, and we're going to jump back into the comments and have some fun like we do every single day. I also have some other things to kind of go over as well. So the last time I talked about the S&P, I said I'm looking for a bounce. I said when we come back into Monday, I suggest that we kind of we start gapping up. And lo and behold, we've done that, right? At 74.60. And, we're now kind of, setting up. Wow, some stop hunt action. Some crazy Monday morning shenanigans, as usual. I feel like they just broke this plane, brought you back inside the pattern, just stop hunted anyone that believed in it. It's crazy. But yeah, I see a breakout into the week up to 75.74 for the S&P. So the S&P, and then the bigger picture is that we're consolidating on the daily here. And look, we're oversold. MACD turning. Bit of a double bottom higher low on the RSI. And there we go. I told you, man, we would gap up on the morning, and we did. Look at that. The daily candle with a bullish engulfer. The lifer, man. The lifer, man. And so I'm looking for this next, couple days to pump back to the top of the channel here. For this to get very tight. And for us to go on a move mission. And Trump even said, we're about to go on a blast. Every time he says that, people are like, well, the last time he said it, we went on a blast. So then when he says it, we go on a blast. You get what I mean? It's like. So it's telling us things are about to heat up here to the upside on the stock market. Might be a hot summer. Might become it might become stock lifer over here. You know what I'm saying? Now, but we'll always go back and forth. Now you can tokenize it all, play it all. But that's bullish to me. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Should be looking exactly the same. And yes, we gapped up on the NASDAQ. Again, if you watch my macro technical analysis video, which is so hot, it humbly goes over this stuff and really kind of tells you what's likely going to happen. And it does a really good job of it. It's amazing. So I've been proud to watch this stuff and proud to see it. And so, yeah, I see this falling wedge to break up back to the top of the channel. Then we'll have a couple days down to say, oh, that's, But I've been tracking this puppy. And that, to me, when you break this high, that's not all right. That you can't have a head and shoulder pattern. Look, it was a head and shoulder here, and they got everybody to short it. That was a head and shoulder pattern. They got everybody to short it. All the stops were right here, and they went and got everybody. And the big money stepped in and pumped the price again. Retail got wiped out. And I said not to short the S&P. I said not to short Bitcoin. I kept saying that we're likely going to pump. You can search all my X posts about it. I went over it over and over again. And I even go over this on the macro technical analysis video every single week. It looks pretty bearish in some parts. But the TA pans out, man, if you stick to it. Stochastics look wonderful. It's almost a bit of hidden bullish in a way, as that kind of and let's see if there's hidden bullish. I think there's hidden bullish in the 8 hour. 4 hour. I mean, yeah, that's swung up. Well, that's swung down, right? And you had a higher low. So it does say you're going to see there's hidden bullish divergence right there. 4-hour swings low, but the price action swings up. And then look, you pull your Fibonacci on that. See, people just don't go back to the fundamentals. They get carried away in the news. If you just keep doing your TA no matter what, it's going to ground you and bring you back to where you need to be. I know I'm just, I'm weeks away, months away from one of my biggest trades of my entire life. Look, that bounced off where? The golden pocket, which will not be on your Fibonacci. Go into your Fibonacci. How did I bring up the Fibonacci? I hit Alt-F. So hit Alt-F and bring up your Fib. On a PC. I think it's Apple F on a Macintosh. Or Control F. My thing, yeah. But so hit Alt-F on a PC. Then right-click your settings. Hit the 618. It should be there. Turn it white, though. And then come down to one of these areas here and add the 0.65 and turn it white. And add the 706. 706 secret fib. Now you're going to have the white golden pocket just like I do. It's going to be very simple and easy to see the golden pocket. Make this, you know what I mean? Just make it simple on yourself. Don't make it difficult. These are great settings for your Fibonacci. And yes, I trade Fibonacci all the time. I am, without even knowing it, I'm a fib trader. I'm a fundamental guy, man. I do supported resistance, Fibonacci. I use liquidity. We talk about BOOKMAP. Look, it was all red. Now the red's above us back at 60K. It was a game they were playing. They spoofed liquidity down. Well, there's still a deep dive down at the 57.5 and 58.8. We're still battling. Still some red right there. The closest red is at 58.990. Even down to 58.8, 58.8, 600. Right there I'm in this pot of liquidations. That's me. So I'm on the board. You could see me. I'm likely to get liquidated if you could see me on the board. There's something above us, but it's, we usually go lower into that. So the battle continues, and again, this isn't 100%. Anything could happen. But what is this? This is BOOKMAP. It's an order book. It's showing Bitcoin, and then it's getting amalgamated data from a few exchanges at once. And it's saying, hey, this is where, and it's saying it can find the liquidation areas of the order book. So it's reading the order book, and it's saying, hey, there's a bunch of liquidations there at 58.8, 10, 58.800. It's a bunch. There's 100 Bitcoins, 700 Bitcoins down there. All right, there's a bunch of liquidations down here at 58.5, and there's a whole lot of people down that are long. So this is everyone long, and this is where their a stop loss or liquidation level is. And then it's saying, and a bunch of people shorted, and they're short, and their stop loss is up here. And the ball is just showing you the buys. If it's a green ball, it's a big buy. If it's a red ball, it's a sell. That's a big sell. Those are some big buys. That's some big selling. And it's buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And you can see the battle. And it's happening in milliseconds. And you're watching basically the price by the second. This is the second chart. It's the 1 second chart. It's beautiful. You're getting a highly fast data feed of price action. Extremely fast, too. 59,240 for Bitcoin stuck there on the level. So this is BOOKMAP, a great way to read price action and liquidity. All right, you see data and if you're just looking at the candle bodies, and they're having a 4th of July sale. Your summer upgrade starts soon. A limited time offer to save on global plus data, add-ons, and more. Coming soon. Stay tuned. So it's a cutting-edge trading platform that lets you visualize market liquidity and gain incredible insight into the order book. Trade with confidence as you watch the market evolve in real time at 40 frames per second. Identify market trends. Discover hidden price patterns and understand order flow like never before. All right. Volume dots. Limited offer on the odds. Watch the traded volume and identify the side in control by using volume, right? Based on traders' requests, BOOKMAP. It's amazing. You can quickly grasp which price levels are trusted by the market, allowing you to rapidly, and you can read all this yourself, but it's amazing. All right. Yeah, with imbalance indicator, strength level indicator, dude, there's so much stuff to do. A large lot tracker and more. So, what are we looking for? Well, what's funny is Bitcoin just relentlessly holds 59,000 as if there's Jon Snow on the wall out here, right? Just like, no. It's not that funny, but all right. I guess I think it's corny. I'm like, yeah, I got to do better. I took it to the kitchen. That's even funnier just to like make fun of that. You know what I mean? So, hey, high or low there on the 1 hour time frame. We got to put in a green candle and then boom. We're looking for chop. I'm looking for this to chop around. Oversold the stochastics. Bust a bot, a higher low, 59,333 on the charts over there. Over there on the charts. So, interesting enough. Let me fire some stuff at you today. Update: Europe has 3,000 registered crypto firms in 2024. Today, 244 hold the MiCA license, meaning the rest must wind down by. So it became a pay-to-play, and they choked it. That's Operation Choke Point, right? How it feels to have MiCA. Look at that. Anyway, yeah, and that's India's USD premium topped 8.5 after raids on crypto remittance firms. Squeeze stable coin supply. Grayscale Research had Zach Pandy says he hopes Strategy sells at least $3 billion in Bitcoin to cover most of its cash obligations and restore confidence. So now people are kind of pressuring them, Grayscale, on Strategy. And U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs have logged $4 billion in net outflows this month, the largest monthly redemption on record, topping the previous high of $3.56 billion in February of 2025. And Strategy unveils Bitcoin monetization program, authorizes $2 billion buybacks, and raises STRC dividend to 12%. It announced a new digital credit capital framework, including a Bitcoin monetization program allowing Bitcoin sales to build reserves, fund preferred dividends and interest payments, and finance share repurchases when deemed more advantageous than issuing equity. The company, and so instead of going back in every time and making debt, I believe this is when Bitcoin is up hundreds of thousands of dollars. They'll take pieces here and there. You know what I mean? They'll shave. That's what they're saying. You know what I mean? I think it's, you know what I mean? It didn't come up as bearish. I think it came out as bullish because it showed, they're not running some, they're not going to run and gun here. They're going to stick to the strategy and work and sit there and make it work. And this is kind of what the market wants to hear too. They bended a knee to make it somewhat bullish. That's what the market wanted to hear. Another cool thing is Binance founder CZ officially passed Bill Gates and estimated net worth at $107 billion. So cryptocurrency people above the old dinosaurs of the past. And that's good to know because his money can do wonders. And this guy, I don't know, a lot of us I don't think we're in love with how he uses his money. And we need someone richer than him to battle that and combat that, A lot of people think CZ is like this. I don't know. I think CZ has a good heart and is looked at like the bad guy a lot when there's just because he's at the top, Look at this kind of like double bottom, some type of like, I don't know, they're doing a triathlon over here. Could be considered a bit of a double bottom. 1, 2. There's some bull div there too on the stochastics RSI. I never blindly take that as a long. BOOKMAP says we're going down. They're going to come liquidate me very soon. I'm in the big reds. I've never been in the big red. It's very rare I'm in the big red because I see the big red. Why would I be the big red? If this becomes a spoof and I make it out on this one, it means I have like psychic powers and it'll be nothing to do with my trader instincts because all my trader stuff is telling me, besides the daily, that's not true though. The daily bull div is telling me to hold my position and have conviction. Who cares if I'm down? It's not the money I'm down right now, 700. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The 700 doesn't matter. The 600 bucks, none of that matters. It matters where I am in this structure that I'm looking for. And I'm watching this daily and I'm saying no way. I'm saying there's just, and again, that's just why each episode is different. Like this is the episode where I'm fighting for conviction, where it's got to be what I'm looking for. Otherwise I take a beating and everyone gets to say, oh, look at him. He sucks, and it's awesome because that's the redeemable fact. Then I get to win a trade and everyone says, oh, wow, he made it back from his negative, he didn't get in his head. It's just another loss. He made it, people have seen me. I made 22 grand in Singapore. while I was traveling and barely sleeping. Like, I nailed it when I was in Dubai. I nailed it a bunch of different times. So it's about the long haul. You guys have watched me through many, many different trades. This is just one of many. I just want to get through this bear market and get back to when we're kind of doing our thing again. Remember, I called this bottom and we had a beautiful run, didn't we? Did we not? And then did I not call this right shoulder here, right there? And did I not call this right shoulder right here? Both of them, I put a head short out, said just put a stop loss above the wicks, and I'm not trying to say I'm a genius. Like, I was just really like, instead of looking at 1,000 indicators like everybody else, you didn't even need liquidity. You needed nothing. You just be like, okay, that's a right shoulder. I'm in here with stop loss. This is a right shoulder. I'm in here with a stop loss. You'd still be in the money big right now had you stayed inside the short that I gave, which is crazy to me. I could see how someone might stay in the short and not give, because like, what if there's more payday coming there? I would probably take it and then get back in on a riskier short, I don't know. But if you have a really good entry, though, it's hard to give up. If you're OCD about entries, sometimes it is hard to get out of a trade that was just such a good entry. You may not get that entry again. You're positioned so well for the trade, but that can also get you caught up, that OCD feeling. Then you just can't let it go, and you should just take your profits, right? I found just becoming OCD to taking profits was the best thing I did. I broke away from all those other things. But trading gets you into these little moments in these pockets where you feel like you got to do it. You got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Then you're just like, oh, really fighting to stay alive here on the smaller time frames. I got to keep giving it conviction that it's in a descending triangle. Showing signs of a move, what, to 57, 659? Something like that to the downside, right? Looks like it might, you know what I mean? I don't know, something like this. Be so close to my liquidation, and it looks like it's about to happen. Man, making me make a decision. Do I cut it off? Why I lose, 1,000? I can make a $700 loss. I can still get back into my original daily idea that would just, wouldn't be much different on the daily. It would just turn into a wick. They try to get me so many times here. I've been at this exact place now so many times on this trade. This is what trading with conviction does. Like, it's like you got to stick to your, any second, boom. It's crazy. I've been in trades that look like we're fighting, and then boom, you're out. Like, you get liquidated like it's like a magic wand, right? You just feel like you were just like, poof. You ever been to the beach and there's that like sand that's kind of hard? It feels like a stone, but you just got to touch it and it's like that. Like you're you're like a piece of something and then just poof, you're nothing. You know what I mean? So big news. Stat news is all over the place. Strategy says it can sell Bitcoin to fund buybacks, dividends without abandoning the BTC bet. So everything's okay now. You see what I'm saying? Like, the market heard what it wanted. Like, it's just kind of funny. Okay, it's not a Ponzi scheme now. I never said it was. I wasn't in that camp. I just want to make that clear. A lot of people hated on it because I just think it was a new instrument they didn't understand because they don't understand how Bitcoin works over time. Because Saylor does, it's hard for him to explain, and he tried as many times as he could. Like, he's not going to, he can't force it on you. Bitcoin looks like it's going to railroad down to 57.6 there. I have to be honest, if I had to make a call today, that's what looks like it's going to be likely. If you get lucky somehow, some way, it doesn't do that, and it goes sideways on the 1 hour time frame. But man, this is like the USDT pair on Coinbase. Just looking at it on a few different exchanges, it's all the same. I just like to have a few different ideas out here. Still kind of looks like a monster head and shoulder too, in a way, if you want to go that route, right? And again, this shoulder, head, right shoulder just seems to be in play on the 4 hour. And yeah, I mean, could even take it to 55. I mean, that's the length of the base here. So people are like, dude, this suit is so bearish. Next thing you know, I have a trade open. We're thinning out a little bit of this herd. Seems like people are starting. Now, if enough people get scared and they take away the long, what will happen is, and they might flip short too. Like this might. So what will happen is the liquidity won't be so beautiful. The red will disappear, you know, and I can stay. And I can, and honestly, that looks like, it just looks so unlikely like you could win this trade right now. That's the only reason why there's a chance that I actually do. And this turns into some type of like double bottom pattern that breaks out. And that daily, that shaded RSI is telling me just not to give up. I can't believe it. You know, a lot of times I would have left the trade by now, or, you know what I mean? Again, let me show the trade live just so you can see kind of where I'm at. I'm down $625. My liquidation is right there. I'm very on the board. I mean, we're not far. 599. That's $400 away, and I'm at I'm $697. 690, 689, 600, you know what I mean? 670, 690. About 690, about $700 away from liquidation. And I've been there for days now. And they've almost got me right there twice. I've been in there since somewhere over here, like, wow, back at 300. And this is where I start. You know what I do? I use my secret weapon. What's my secret weapon? Let me teach you. Don't tell anybody, all right? It's the 5-second chart. I look for the 5-second to create the model. Look at that. Isn't that funny? I just said it in the 5-second launches. But this is where all trading comes from. The 5-second is the weekly and the monthly. Well, when the weekly and the monthly make a head and shoulder pattern, what happens? Right? We usually don't. Down to the 200 moving average. Then we get below it. Then we make a what? An inverted head and shoulder. A cup and a handle. And we break to the upside on the cup and handle. Look at that price action. I told you it was the secret weapon. And we just... It's so funny when I said it. I had a secret weapon. The second I said it, Bitcoin launched. Isn't that crazy? Like, you think that's weird. There's something going on with my brain. Like, I'm connected to the price of Bitcoin or something. Like, I lived this life before and I knew Bitcoin was going to pump. Because I said I got my secret weapon. And then look, it's the 21 above the 200 on the 5-second. I mean, if you want to get crazy, you could trade this on any time frame you want. So now look, we made a monster double bottom on the third. Now the 30-second broke above the 200. Now this is when my model really shines. Now we want to see if we can touch the 21-day moving average. With that, if we go back below the 200, this thing is a false move and it doesn't matter. It means nothing. Look at this pump for Bitcoin, getting me back in some conviction areas here. And now I'm only down 448 the trade. Look at this kind of Adam and Eve, some type of double bottom here, some type of price action that's saving my tuchus over here. It's kind of like a, you know, you got to get above the 200 moving average. And this is that false move Monday awesomeness. I'm loving it because I'm just sitting here watching it. Get away from my, hey, the further it gets away from my liquidation, the better, man. You know what I mean? My liquidation just got $300 better. I am in a great mood right now. I'm like, send it. Send it. Get above that 200 and send it. It is interesting. The second I told you about my little secret, don't tell anybody about my 5-second. Look, the 21 above the 200 and we're gone. When we touch that 21, you're in there. You have 5 seconds to make it happen. Hey, I never said it was easy. Mama never said it was going to be easy, huh? But you gotta put your best foot forward. You gotta go as high as you can over there. Shout out to the awesome people here on the live. A lot of people jumped into my live for the first time last week with those Bitcoin dumps. I appreciated the algorithm was pumping and was sending a lot of new people to the stream. The stream was ripping. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button, please. Hit the notification bell so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, you are already doing the right thing, my amigos and amigas. My ticos, pura vida. To all my people in Costa Rica. Ni hao ma to all my Chinese. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And shout out to everyone around the world, man. I don't care where you're from. Madagascar. Wow, what a pump for Bitcoin. Look at that massive candle. They just liquidating these shots. So they set it up and they knocked them down. And you see, I told you to be careful, right? They're eating the liquidity above. It was close. There was a red bar above us. And look at Pac-Man. See how Pac-Man is eating? Look how the ball is just eating. This thing will start to shake. Your computer will start to make loud noises. It'll get crazy. It really will. Look at the views. 37777. You saw. I know you saw. It was crazy. But anyway, hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the views up. Let's blast through 1,500 watchers. I know we can. This is one of the greatest trading streams in the game. You can learn so much about trading just being here, hanging out with the lifer. If we concentrate on trading, we're going to make an amazing impression on each and every one of you. The money will come. The trades come. You'll see trades. Don't worry. But if we concentrate on just showing you money and trading, that's not what this channel is. More about teaching you than me showing off my monies. All right. I got where I need to be. I now have the time to conceptualize how to put it together a show every day that helps actually keep you learning. It also keeps me, every time you keep teaching, you learn. So through teaching, I evolve my brain. I continue to stay sharp. I believe teaching is the reason I stay young. I believe it'll keep me going throughout into my 70s. I'll be able to teach and be around trading for the rest of my life. Algorithmic trading, AI, agentic, however this goes, you know. And I think some of us, just like, we'll be the pioneers, some of the first people here when AI came into trading. And we'll remember, and they'll ask us questions, and we'll be interviewed of how we, became pioneers of turning our ideas into AI agents that changed the outcome of the markets. The true change of the world here. Gorgeous day, 78 degrees and sunny today. It's going to be another beautiful one here in the Northeast. Unbelievable good. I'm excited. It's really going to be a nice day here up in the Northeast here in New England. So enjoy it, everybody. 80 degrees today. One of the hotter days of the summer. It's going to be full blown, barely any clouds. No clouds, it says, just a clear sky. And then it's 62 at night. Leave the windows open ajar. Let that breeze flow. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Or not. You might be, paranoid, or put an alert on alarm that only lets them a little bit ajar. If someone touches them, it goes off so loud. You know what I mean? That just in case you're ready to rock. You're ready to rumble, Price action very tight here on the 5-second chart. Oh, and look, it does look like head and shouldery, doesn't it? Nice little move. And again, I wouldn't get caught up in this stuff. That could have been the last pump, the last Mohican before they come down. It's not funny, but that's, it's just a show. I always got to be mindful of what I say, I love that movie, that's all. Kevin Costner, I was a kid. The Last Mohicans, right here, 58,840. Still a big red down there. Looks like they took out the topping candle. We'll see. Still looking nice here on the flag. 5-second chart trying to save it. Then you look for the 30-second. Oh, so yeah, so now we can switch to the 30-second. So now you're looking for the 30-second to do the thing. Now, as all this is happening on another screen, you flip over and you got the daily cooking. All right. And you're seeing, can I turn green on this daily candle? At least today, all we need is just a daily candle green, and then we can go from there. It might not be, look at that pump, the way it's supposed to. That's exactly what you're supposed to see. Look at that massive move for Bitcoin to the upside. And now I'm teaching you, when my strategy's not there on the 1 minute, you can execute on the 30-second. Now, that was a little preemptive. Okay, but we did get above the 1 minute 200 moving average. Now we can play the exact same strategy again on the 1 minute time frame. We ain't trading again until the 21 touches price. It might touch it here, there, here, there. We don't know when it's going to touch. We're going to project as many loopy little flags. We're going to adjust them, twist them. But when we hit that 21, man, we might have ourselves a trade today. So they went after the late shorts. My conviction held well on the daily. I'm only down 268 after being down 700. Would have made a pretty penny had I longed this funny double bottom here on the 1 hour time frame. Again, TA playing out as such. Now I can project this flag. We may have some live trading now today. The volatility has been good. We're waiting for it to come right into my sweet spot. It didn't sound right. It sounded kind of... I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to... You know what I mean? I want to be like... Especially right now, but... You can say it to yourself and giggle. And I'll act like I said it. It's good enough, right? Like, we can telepathically talk. We can have a telepathic joke. No one has to know what we're saying. You know what I mean? Well, I have a huge announcement today, too. Something to add to the channel. Very exciting news. It's actually, like, it's one of the biggest deals ever. Yeah. I'm wearing pants today. Brought to you by J. Crew Chinos. Thank you, J. Crew. Always looking fresh, always looking amazing. Sam Price is wearing a Hugo Boss suit jacket, all right? Followed by a Tommy Hilfiger tie, all right? A Tommy Hilfiger shirt, and J. Crew Chinos, all right? Not sure exactly where the pocket square was accommodated from or taken, you know what I mean? But it's a pocket square. Figure out where to get a pocket square. You know what I mean? But that's it. If you know what I mean? That's the outfit. Not like the most expensive. I'm not wearing Brooks Brothers. You know what I mean? It'll get you by for the day. It'll get you by. Wow, now we can get this pump, get the 21 to connect, and we might have ourselves a trade. Let me see if I got something cooking here on the live stream. Crazy, they'll go at me twice, and but we'll see. Just going to set up a scalp, 300 for 9, something like that in my mind. I'm already kind of getting myself ready because I'm already in risk. Yeah, I could be at 59,572 and be below the 200 moving average, which is so key and so beautiful, so special. I like that 400 for 15, though. Aggressive today for some reason. 374 for 50. I like it. If it comes down, and again, it may just dump on me, turn into a nothing burger. I've seen this just go right back down. Watch this. This could happen. Shoulder. This makes, a head and shoulder, and next thing you know, I'm liquidated. And it's all fun and games until it's not. You know what I mean? I think it's a little more likely this daily sticks in. I think this wick has now said yes. I think we have had enough buyers that have positioned themselves in that I may be okay with this. You know what I mean? That's a strong divergence. The fact the first one didn't play out is a bit flabbergasting. They went after it again just in case. They got greedy. But they don't have the strength, says the... See, the indicators tell you when the market makers are always going after everybody, 100%. And the greed of the industry, it's all, it's all one big manipulation on everything. What divergence tells you is when there is used as much of their little shenanigans as they can to take as many people out of the market as they can. And it doesn't mean they can't do more. It just means that they've pulled out a lot. They're getting at the tip of their greed, like they filled their buckets, and they're ready to go back the other way. Divergence is that's what divergence really is telling you. Strong indication, okay? Now, look, we have a really good sign here for Bitcoin. Why? Well, before, my liquidation was red. Agreed? Now it's like more like 58.9, 59,000. So what happened was this liquidation into this area made the longs push their stop losses up a little bit to defy risk. So some got, you know what I mean, or add margin or do something or change their liquidation up a little bit. Some took profits, which may have raised the. So that move was a nice move, and it raised the liquidation area up to the 59,000 area now. Now I'm kind of protected by a big block of liquidity that I wasn't before. Okay, and that adds to kind of a little bit of more of my conviction to stick inside this trade. This is a great episode. It's very rare you see me down the whole time, sticking to conviction, and then still showing you some kind of cool ways to trade the small time frames. I don't always have to be the live trader. You could be the live trader, and I could be going over it for you, and it can work in that beautiful way. I'm getting old, you know what I mean? My eyesight, my hand, I'm just, but seriously, why, I could run a hedge fund one day and just show you guys what, be like, hey, let's go over the market, show me all your trades, we'll talk about them together. I mean, yeah, take that, or eventually you'll get to the position where I'm like, all right, I give you seniority, you could take whatever trade you see. Your trades are going well. Be so cool to run a desk like that, like 20 traders, and manage a massive amount, like billions of dollars together. That'd be a kind of a dream come true. High pressure, for sure. There'll be some challenges every day, That'd be interesting. I know someone who's kind of doing something like that. So we're looking for the 21 to save us. I don't want to lose the 200 so easily. I want to bounce off of it. I don't want to have some type of conviction here in what's called consolidation. Can price action consolidate is the question. That's what we're really looking for. It'd be really awesome. It would cap off the live stream, too, to make a live trade today. A lot of guts to get in before the 21 crosses. But I can use some support and resistance here. I mean, we've definitely have resistance right there, and then we've bounced off. Wow, it's like a 6-to-1 risk-reward ratio if I get into the trade right now. $280 for $1,600. $300 for $1,600. I'm going to take it. I usually don't get this risky on a Monday. So now I'm in a scalp trade here, and I'm also in a long. This is highly bearish. I mean, this is a little too... I'm being a little crazy here because the 21 hasn't crossed yet. I'm breaking my rules. If I lose the trade, I'm going to have to know why. But there has been times when just the cross of the 200 has been amazing. And all I had to do was buy that, and it would have paid off heavily. So I've seen that before. We'll see what goes on. Now I have, and anyway, this could get hit, and I could get hit, and it could become a $1,500 day. I could still, if both of these lose, it's still not that bad. You know what I mean? Look, it's up $73. That's the fastest one of the fastest I've ever seen $73 get made in my life in any way, shape, or form. And you know what I mean? I mean, again, I didn't take the money, so we can't say it really was done already, but it did happen. Like the in and the out could have been there. You could have made $73 in literally a minute and a half. What other profession, We'll see what happens. This needs to have nice consolidation now. I jumped the gun a little bit early there, and I forced it into a market. Two things that could put me into risk. I needed to wait for the 20. I should have waited for consolidation. I don't know why I had that. My emotions got the best of me a little bit. I didn't wait. Now I have to pay the piper if I do lose. I like the, why? Another reason why I didn't wait is I took the risk. I like the risk to reward ratio. It was so high. It was so high that I was like, you know what? For a trader like me, that's a beautiful reward, right? Like if it does hit $1,600 and I nail it today, and then the other trade ends up big, and only have to risk that little bit, that would never really even bother me, and I still wouldn't be liquidated. I'd still have my bigger trade. The daily could still play out. I think it kind of was I actually like the position I put myself in. I think it's interesting. I think it gives me some extreme upside with less, with not too much, And again, it's crazy money, but they've done a lot of clearing out already. Price action seems to found some type of conviction in itself. The daily has been tested. And we do have some liquidity above us here on BOOKMAP. Not a lot, but a little bit. It's right there at 60,680. And they love going back above 60K again. That's like a fun game for them, and just kind of bouncing around. And I just need price action to go sideways for the next 10 minutes. That would be even more beautiful. Stay above the 200, connect to the 21. Reinstate the confidence that the fact that we're making this bullish move, and then bang, right? And anything could happen. We'll see how it plays out. What are you doing? Let's take a look inside the chat and break back into the chat here. It's been a while. Feel like I was gone. And whenever I leave the chat, I feel like I went somewhere. And I come back. Hey, what's up, Pepper? How are we doing? You know what I mean? Good week for you. God bless you, man. Greater profit comes with greater risk. It does. You and Mo Bahum. That's weird. Get rid of the late shorts, but you know where your stop loss is. Tight. Yeah, Sam, I can't even cook steak and eggs without you. What you scalping and longing? You're funny. I hope the steak and eggs are great. Brother, don't get trapped. I know it's tempting. Thanks, man. Don't worry, I'll be okay. You funny, man. Hey, anything could happen, brother. Why not open up a little short too, man? Hey, I'm all right. I don't do that. Are you bullish on Tesla still? You know, long term, yeah. I don't see why it can't make a move. Look, we're up $170 to the trade. The trade just absolutely exploded. Canceled out the previous loss. What if this turns into a massive pump? You know, this is kind of interesting, right? I was just down $700. Now I'm down $0. I'm actually up $30. The tables have turned. A little bit of a pump here. Showing signs that we're going to, you know, hopefully consolidate just something like this, or even get a bit. I'd like to see us one more big boom. Let's get a boom right to break even here. I'm smelling a massive candle right now, just a pump. I don't know. I've seen it before. I saw it in a dream, and I just bomb. Just go, baby, go. Just a massive squeeze right now. Just a boom. Like, come on. I feel it. I smell it. Like, it's just going to go like, it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, BAM! Come on, man. What are you doing? I saw it in a dream already. I'm psychic. I've seen this already. I was here before. Send it like you're supposed to send it. 1, 2, 3, boom. All right, I'm going to do it one more time. And you're going to react exactly how you're supposed to. You're going to go up to the upside on the live stream. We've gone over this. We've rehearsed this. You know what's supposed to happen. I've called Willy Woo. I have the market maker. I have the whole thing. The liquidity is planned out. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Crazy. Are you like, what's happening? You're not following the rules here? What's going on? 1, 2, 3. Rocket to the upside. No, man, now they're going to struggle. That was that chance to really get the move there. Come on. All right, you're back at it. Send it, send it, send it, send it, send it, send it. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Like there's just a bunch of liquidity up there. Go grab it. Just go grab it. Just go grab it. It's yours, man. It's yours. Go get it. Guys, it's set for you. The 21 has crossed the 200. The algorithm says, yes, you can pump to the upside. What are you waiting on? Go to the upside. Go, 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 go. Oh, this is annoying. Come on now. Send it. There should be a mass liquidity grab right now. Go. Go. Good. It's just like, boom. Like, can I just force it? Just pump. What are you doing? So weird. Strangest candle close in the history of candles. Like, what is that? Now the other one has to come down and up again. That's better than nothing. You need a wick. There you go. Now send it. Send that puppy. It's like a rising wedge that wants to go parabolic. Send it. Look, go parabolic. Just run it. Run the game, baby. You know you got everyone off kilter. You know I'm the only guy longing right now. Send it, market maker. You got, yes, 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 yes. Go, baby, go, baby, go. Run that. That should just become a boomer. Send that boomer to the upside, baby. Send it. Send it. Come on now. Dang, man. You really need a sender here to gap it out. Someone said 5-minute 200. Now we got above it, though. It's a good sign. I've seen it send above that a couple times, too. We are gapping away from it. Good for my bigger trade, right? Dang, man. Now they're going to dump it. That thing was about to send like Miami Vice, baby. Let's go, baby. All the way to the upside, baby. Ben Mahler here. I'm going to show you how to buy apartments, baby. That's your home. Did I not say he was a little ahead of himself by 3 minutes and 33 seconds? That'd be cool if in 3 minutes and 33 seconds this thing booms. It'd be kind of like the wackiest thing ever. You guys are seeing a 10-second delay. I apologize for that. All right? But it might help sometimes. It might actually give you the perfect entry. I might get in 10 seconds early, right? Who here is the time traveler and has been here before? I know I'm not the only one. Nice to see you guys. Hope everything's going well. Might have jumped. We might have crossed paths in the 1800s. Dang, man. Now it's like head and shouldery. This could be a shoulder, a head, or right shoulder. It was looking so beautiful. Up to city. Ooh, I don't want to lose any money. Put my stop loss to break even. I'm not losing any money on these. And then if we go sideways, I'll get back in. See? Pretty good to get in right after they wicked out, too. I can't watch. I mean, they gave us the 5-second. They gave us the 30-second. You'd think they'd give us the 1 minute now. At least. It does look somewhat promising now. The 21 has crossed the 200 in a beautiful way. We may be celebrating here. We may, you never know. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch and cross the road over here. It does have a shoulder, head and shoulder vibe too as well. Dang, man, they wick down. You already got the liquidity. What are you going to, what are you searching for? You search and destroyed already. It's time to go back over here. They're all up in here now. Everyone's up in here. No one's down here with me. Nobody did what I did. My mind is so different. No one did what. Come on, get over there. Get on up there. Get on up there, boy. I told you, boy. I ain't liking it. Oh, I was like, what kind of stream is that? I enjoyed the Aloha shirt and the sport coat yesterday. I think I found your doppelganger. You're funny, man. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater, whatever that means. I just know it applies. I know, right? Don't do it. I don't know what the heck I'm saying, but, that's a dime a dozen over there. I don't know what I said, but, I know it makes sense over there. I'm from New England, and my grandma said it. It's definitely a New England. You're from New England, right? The baby in the bed. Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? I think so. Loving this. Shout out to Ross Diggum. I mean, what a battle this trade has been. Both of these trades. Conviction in a model makes trading so much fun because you're not in emotions anymore. You're just doing what you're supposed to do and you're seeing it play out. And if you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. So be it. There's no risk on this trade at all. And before it was like $160 for a very, you know what I mean? It was like a nothing burger. If I end up making $1,600 of this trade, it'll be one of the most epic trades I ever made because I risked a very small amount to do it. $1,558 it is. It would be so awesome. Maybe I'd take a G. We'll see what happens. But man. And again, I got to say this on almost every single live stream. Put a 333 if you made gains on the live stream by taking that pump. You might have been up higher than me. You might have got in and out before me. You might be up right now with your stock. We didn't win. I didn't win yet anyway. So, but put a 333 if you made some gains. Some of you might have already captured some gains. Let me know if you made gains on the live stream. Shout out to the lifers. I want to see how many of you guys put a 333 up there. And you guys outtrade me all the time. I'm a nothing burger to these lifers, man. You guys are amazing. Do you think we passed the Clarity Act? 479 votes. And 43% say yes. It's just kind of it's a back and forth. I'm going to end that poll there. Shout out to the 333. God bless you. And there it is. There's the complete votes. I'm shorting 60-40. Yep. Okay. Stay out of trades, but learn. I'm currently watching all small time frames slowly flip bullish. So if you win this trade, you can buy more pants. I know. Isn't that amazing? You want an extra pair? Just ask him. Miami Vice reference and the outfit. I'm thinking you watched an episode or two. I did not, but it would have been cool. I don't have time. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. When I have a moment, I hang out with my wife or I'm with my kids doing something fun, bringing them to the park, walking somewhere, having dinner. You know what I mean? Yesterday, like, it's funny. My days are, I needed a live stream. I went to pick up tacos at a place I always get tacos. It's usually about 10 minutes, maybe 12 at the most for the food. You know what I mean? And I've gone there like 50 times. And I've seen it so packed, and I've seen it slow, and I've seen it the most packed I've ever seen it in my food. You know, and I've waited maybe a little longer than normal when it's packed, of course. And this time I waited, and it took like 20 minutes. And I got there at like 7:15 because I was boating with my family. And then when they go, I have to wash the boat down, right? I wash the boat. I just do a bunch of boat stuff, right? I wash the boat down. I get it all ready. I do all that stuff. I made money short on the wick down at 58.99. I like it. See, some of you, yeah. I'm an OG lifer. We never wore pants and never will. I love it. No, it's from where he lives. He naturally, just like Miami Mice, his life without even knowing it. Don't ask me how I know, but maybe I live in the same place and I've seen it happen. You know, funny. Not once, not twice, not a dozen, not 100, but 1,000 times. You're funny. I know that kind of guy over there. Next thing you know, he'll be in a 40-foot Viking, right? You know it. You know it. You know it. That's it. Or Valhalla, something, you know what I mean? He'll be coming in strong with the 400s. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Man, looks like they're going to tap me out, whip it back up. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. Today's the day you might have to sit in front of the computer for a little bit. And that's the thing. We're going to have less people that have that time. In the next 2 weeks, people are going to be kind of hanging out with their family, doing their thing. Not going to have time to hang out.
Summer's at camp and Samira's sleeping, so I can't pick her up.
No worries. Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember this now. They come down looking sharp with a clean haircut, and they leave in a boat with the flip-flops and a Hawaiian shirt on. You're so funny, man. I'm not getting into that nonsense. That's not happening to me. You're so funny. I've seen it 1,000 times. That's what you were saying? You're out of your mind. You said they come down looking sharp with a clean haircut, and they leave in a boat with flip-flops and a Hawaiian shirt on. You're so funny, man. So we don't want this. We want this. Boom. And the next, 20 minutes, we're going to see one of these two things. Okay, and it's going to tell us what's going to happen to the market. Also, look, they tapped me out. They did tap me out. And now I'm still down in the other trade. So I just paid fees, which wasn't amazing, right? So, and that could chip away if you don't pay attention. But it was a very, that was a carefree kind of no conviction trade there. Wasn't the money there. Probably should have taken it. But that wasn't the plan, too. The plan was to... But again, now I have to get into the conviction was there. Could have stayed on the risk. The risk was low. A couple times, because I don't usually make the risk that low, I forgot how low the risk was. Like, even though I knew the trade I was in, just for split seconds, my mind didn't remember. You know what I mean? It's weird. That can happen. Like milliseconds of memory loss. And you're like, oh, no. Oh, yes. There's so much going on in your mind while you're trading. It's a beautiful thing if you can manage it. Remember what we said. I'm not saying to long this right now. I'm always paying attention to a possible entry. That's all. It could be the one. Now it's hard to get below that 200 moving average. You see? Trying to make somebody smile. I hope I am. Don't me. Yeah. Anyway, I love you all. May God bless each and every one of you. We're going to see if there's a bounce. I'll be going over this stuff inside the trading group and talk about kind of what happened here. Might just make a video to cover it all. But, we'll go from there. Paper pump only by the futures. Trying to make somebody smile. I hope I am. Don't beat me up. Hey, God bless you, man. You make me smile. Hey, no one beats anybody up here. We love you, brother. Be amazing and awesome. Stay positive. That one would have been amazing. See, I'm not likely to risk that much now. I could make that right shoulder. I don't know. I should wait for... I should give up some risk and wait for consolidation. Or be high risk and get in right now. 3-minute looks promising. I like the turn up here. I like this. Look at that. Was an Adam and Eve double bottom of the 3-minute. Look at it. A clear Adam and Eve. And it makes a little flag on the right side. I see it a lot of times, and then it gets a pump. We're live trading here on WEEX. You can see I can do all my TA here on WEEX. Got my 21, my 200. Got my stochastics RSI. Got my RSI. And I have my backup on TradingView if I need it. And I have multiple charts and ideas and tip tricks. I'm looking at the big time frames. I'm looking at the small time frames. I don't just have my head stuck on the 1 minute. I know where the daily's at. Exactly. Very good, man. Keep doing your thing, Crypto Teacher. You got to keep doing that. Yeah. Let's go, Lifers. Shout out to Zab Life in the house. Italian Stallion, Reliable J, Crypto Jambies, and everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I got to jump on out of here. The risk reward is nice right there now. 228 for 7. Likely make a right shoulder even if it dumps on me first, right? All right. Very high risk, though. And I'll be back for more. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me. And that is your time. Don't let your pocket square slip. All right? Don't be slipping over here. Shout out to you all. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you all. And I'll be back tomorrow for another amazing, absolutely awesome live stream. It was awesome for each and every one of you to be here with me today. I really appreciate your time. That's your most precious asset. I appreciate it more than you ever know. And be careful trading on a Monday. It is treachery. You know, one step at a time, little by little, we'll see what happens. So may God bless you all. Thank you so much. And go to CryptoLifer.com to find out more. Go to WEEX. I have an awesome link in the pinned comment. We make it very simple to sign up to WEEX if you want to trade where I'm trading. You want to learn what I learn. You want to be able to make mulaka off of the Bitcoin price and figure out how we do this and just understand the science of what's happening on the stream. Anyway, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say you should be taking as financial advice. I'm just a live streamer showing my life, and I live stream all the time. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.